key staff refusing to start up reactor number 4, which is one thing we've been looking at. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know about the situation going on. Something seems weird. Something seems up. Something seems fishy. I've got no fucking clue. You know? I mean, I've got no fucking clue what. I mean, you know, no fucking clue. And we know Ukraine's been using those cluster munitions, as we've seen multiple videos of that. Well, it's not really surprising. I mean, I'm not that much, like, oh, they've been using it kind of thing, you know, it's because in reality, we knew they were going to use it, you know. We all knew that that was going to happen. And eventually, we knew that Ukraine was going to be using those cluster ammunition as soon as they got them. Why? Because they have them. They got them from the United States. What's up, wife? You know, so initially using them is alright. Now I have your update here from 9 hours ago. This guy Tracy, Sir McTrain, I think, I don't know. But he's covering on this pool at the moment, or this cooling pond at znpp. It's at 16.39 meters. Very stable again, keep a reminder. Dead point is 12.7, so pretty stable at the moment. I don't think there's so many people yet, Witchy, but yeah. Just you guys here. It's just you guys right now. I mean, hopefully people will be coming in sooner or later. Of course, it always takes a little bit, but it's what it is. Yeah, so I've been keeping an eye on it. Well, when I say keeping an eye on it, I've been golfing today, so... Russian, oh, thank you there. Depots reportedly set on fire in Mariupol. The local resistance movement in Mariupol reported. Oh, okay. Support Ukraine's early accession to the depot. Reliable source. Secure Ukraine and the entire European. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there's lots going on there. I mean, they keep talking about this sort of, I don't know, what's that called? Escalations at the znpp. Apparently, the workers are refusing to turn on or turn off or whatever the znpp to one of the reactors to this hot shutdown mode. Not completely sure what they mean by it, but it appears that's what they're going on there by. And we also have more and more worries going on here about Belarus and this Wagner group here. Apparently there's been some spotting about them heading towards the border, but I can't really know about that. They have apparently had some kind of border training. I'm not completely sure. Now the border I'm talking about here is actually the Polish border, which is weird, right? I mean, Poland has been more and more concerned lately. Am I cutting in and out? I mean, it may be my mic sound. I may be far away. Is this better? It's better here. I mean, I was sitting a bit farther back from it. I can't really fix far away, but yeah. I mean, is this better now? Fair enough. All right. I think I was just a bit far away. Doesn't matter. I was sitting back a bit. It's my bad. I wasn't even realizing that. I was just talking. Now, but we have had a lot of fears here from at least, you know.
Мы видим, ради чего, ради чьих корыстных интересов.
We apparently have some kind of statement here from Putin as well. makes direct threats towards Poland, Belarus, international students rush to leave the country after Putin's comments. Here we have something going on here. I'm gonna watch this. I'm not completely sure what this says, but there's apparently some subtitles here.
Интересов гибнут их родные и близкие. Постепенно, медленно, но приходит отрезвление.
We see that the public opinion in Europe is changing.
Мы видим, что и в Европе общественное мнение меняется. И европейцы.
What was that? Someone just fired a shot there? Look at that. Off-screen Krematorsk audio. Got this new camera up here. Apparently it's capturing something off-screen Krematorsk audio. He's a bit better, this one. I mean, save wavelength was not better, I'll be honest with you guys.
Ради чего? Ради чьих корыстных интересов европейских элит?
Representatives of the European elite see that the so-called supporter of Ukraine is in fact a dead end and empty endless. I'm gonna turn down these webcams here. Oh, that sounds so much. There's somebody screaming here in Krematorsk. Now, of course, Krematorsk is actually quite near to the front line. That's quite interesting, isn't it?
Элит видят, что так называемая поддержка Украины – это, по сути дела, тупик. Пустая, бесконечная трата денег и сил. А по факту обслуживание чужих, далеко не европейских интересов. Интересов заокеанского глобального гегемона, которому вы...
Service of foreign interests far from European interests. The interest of overseas global... Can't even read that. What the fuck is that even kind of word? That's not even English,
ослабление Европы. Выгодно ему и бесконечно...
It's also beneficial to the endless tightening of Ukrainian conflict.
И затягивание украинского конфликта. Судя по тому, что происходит в реальной жизни, сегодняшние правящие элиты США именно так и действуют.
Exactly, we see here where he says that he was gonna. I don't exactly see
европейских,
all
по
this right
сути,
here where he
интересов.
talks about Poland, so don't really see, you know, or at least aggression against Poland by Ukraine will mean aggressions against Russia. Oh, but that's an interesting sentence. I didn't really hear him say that, but apparently if he said that, now we can't claim this. I mean, I didn't hear him talk about it in the video, and I can't even claim if this is true or not because I don't fucking speak Russian. But look at that. I mean, at least aggression against Belarus by Ukraine will mean aggression against Russia. Ukraine cannon fodder is no longer enough for the West. They're thinking about living. I don't know if this guy's the guy listing off these things, but maybe he's doing the meeting with the... Oh, this is the other statesmen. Okay, but this one's quite interesting. You know why? Because he counts Belarus as so close as that it's Russia. Why is that interesting? Because that means that they might try and do something stupid, like doing some kind of false flag shit in Belarus, saying, "Oh, Ukraine attacked us," and then invade Ukraine from there, which I've been saying. Why would you have Wagner there unless you're going to use them for something? You know? Yeah, we have Mykolaiv or Kherson on here right now. Look at that, 2 regions right there. But yeah, I mean, I'm you know, it's quite interesting when you think about it. If those statements are true, I can't claim it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen those interviews. Maybe I need to look for those. But it does lead me to wonder. I mean, we don't need to. It's true, you know, Pale. I mean, he's saying pretty much just saying what he did before. You know, when they annexed or said that those regions in Ukraine, you know, these regions right here, which in Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia or Luhansk, sorry, these regions right here. I don't know, was it Zaporizhzhia? I can't really fucking remember at this point. The annexed regions by those Russian separatists, right? So, to my point of view, you know, when he said these areas were Russia, and then Ukraine was attacking these areas right here, and then he said, oh, that's attack against Russia. You know, he's doing the exact same thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's quite an interesting situation here. And we have Wagner alongside Belarusian armies being trained in Belarus. And he's now saying that an attack against Belarus would be an attack against Russia. That's fucking terrifying, isn't it? I mean, in sense it is, but I don't really think it's going to make much difference, really. I'm going to get rid of this guy. I don't know. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna find a new webcam. I don't know. That one's not really serving me. We'll keep TVL up. I really need another webcam here. Oh, is this one better? Well, this one might be better. Yeah, this one's way better. Alright, we'll get this one up here. Look at that one. Way better. I have to link this, of course. Give me a second here, sorry. But I'm pointing it out here, guys, that, you know, if Russia's really planning to do something stupid here by counting Belarus as sort of theirs, or even not counting them as theirs, but simply saying that an attack on Belarus would be an attack on Russia, that would mean that they would count that as, yes, we're going to, reporting. Alright, we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, we got the cams up, so we'll keep an eye on it. Thanks, Richie. There we go. Now that's updated. Alright, there we go. Lucas? Who's Lucas? His speech says all the West Poland was a gift from Stalin. Yeah, exactly, Pale. I mean, that's what I'm seeing there, you know. I mean, those speeches right there, especially what we just saw before. I didn't really see much of that, but I did see that he's going pretty much deranged in all kinds of directions here. But yeah, listen, the most significant points out here is if he wants Wagner, he stations Wagner or stations or whatever he's planning there in Belarus to be able to say, oh, there was an attack on Belarus. Okay, so now that you have attacked Belarus, we're going to be attacking you. Why? Because that's how fucking deranged he is. He thinks that he can use Belarusian army and Wagner to fucking attack Ukraine again. You know why? He's fucking deranged. I mean, he thinks, I gotta point out to you guys that this line up here is very heavily fucking defended. They've been preparing for it. I mean, right now they're not, you know. Russia's recent weeks begun stationing tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. Well, that's so old news. That's, you know. But I mean, the biggest escalation will definitely be trying to attack Poland, you know. That would be the biggest escalation. There's a girl in front of the camera there. I think that means name. Mamo, is that name? No, we don't fucking read Icelandic. Is that a number you want me to call you? Hey, give me your number. It's Icelandic, it's probably a name or something. Mamo, sounds like a name. Look at this, guys. I mean, this one's way better. Kharkiv, sounds right up there. Look at that. Way better. The lava goes. But I also want to point out, you know, how the border between Belarus and Poland looks like. When people say that the Iron Gate has been taken down, that's a fucking lie. It was taken down in many ways, but it has never really been taken down. Why? Because you get, look at fucking Belarusian. Look at the Belarusian border between Poland and Belarus. You know, look at that border right there between Lithuania and fucking Russia. You know, Finland between Russia. The border, the wall is still there. You know, they put up walls, defenses. The wall is still fucking there. It's not fucking gone. It's still there. You know, so I mean, yeah, we in a Cold War still. I don't know, but we certainly seem to be. Certainly seems that we have entered a new fucking Cold War. At this point, you can call it a Cold fucking War, because it is. At this point, it is a fucking Cold War. You know, I mean, we have entered into a new era of Cold War. Well, I mean, at this point, we don't have the Soviets breathing down, making rockets like they're making sausages. You know, back then, we were like, oh, the Soviets actually can kick some ass. Well, allegedly, right? But now it's like, you know, Russia against the world, right? Or Russia, China against the world, or Russia, Iran, North Korea, China against the world, right? Or those dictatorships against the world, Belarus and all that, right? I mean, pointed out, you know, through this, the Iron Curtain's still there. It's not gone yet. Probably will never be. After this, it's not going to be gone for a long time, you know? I mean, we can sit here and point it out. I want to give you guys your daily weather up news here. I mean, we have, it's actually kind of, it's I wouldn't call this concerning weather. And we do have some weather that will be coming down from here, heading in towards mainland Europe there, especially Eastern Europe. I mean, we do have some of these wind that will be heading towards Europe. We don't want to point that out, but much of that wind would also be heading towards Russia again today. These wind over here, for example, heading up towards Denmark, but from up here from the cold winds. I mean, that's pretty much cold wind right there from up there from Norway, heading over Denmark, heading over Sweden there, and then heading into Russia again. So over the Baltics. But I mean, yeah. I mean, the reason why I'm pointing this out and why I'm talking about the znpp again is because there's been many speculations of what's really going on there. Apparently, we have some kind of worker strike, right? I mean, some kind of worker strike. What the fuck is a worker strike? The worker strike means that the workers at the fucking place, despite being pushed in with a gun, is still refusing to do their job. Why? Because they're fucking heroes. I mean, they're refusing to radiate the world. That's what they're doing. I mean, the IAEA has still not been allowed access to one of the roofs, which is one roof that we have seen suspicious objects on. They still haven't been allowed access to that. Well, it seems to be all over the place at the moment. We'll have to keep an eye on it all, of course. My concerns, my biggest concerns at the moment are definitely znpp and Belarus at the moment. I mean, what the hell is going to happen here with Wagner, you know? My biggest concerns are personally what Wagner and those guys are planning to do. We have another Polish border guard here, heading up here. I mean, they've been flying around that area for a while. I'm checking ADSB right now. Super King, we have... Is that a Russian plane right there? Oh, it's a Gulfstream. No, it's not a Russian plane. Falcon X. The biggest ones are definitely Belarus. I mean, that's what I'm focusing on the most at the moment, because, you know, we will have to keep an eye on it. It appears that we have a combat scent, an actual combat scent. So look at that one right there, over Alaska. Sorry, look at that. That's a combat scent right there. But a maze model for like river joints and stuff like that. Really a what the fuck does a combat scent do? I don't even fucking know. I just know it's a special plane. I don't want to fucking do this. I mean, it's in the family with Cobra Ball and River Joints, but I don't know fucking what it does. What does it do? Let's figure it out, guys. There's no shame in knowing what planes don't do. Provide strategic electronic reconnaissance information to the President's Secretary of Defense, Department of Defense leaders, and theater commanders. I just want to point that out. Right, strategic. I'm not versing planes at all. No, yeah, exactly. It provides strategic electronic reconnaissance information to the President, Secretary of Defense, Department of Defense leaders, and theater commanders. Or however you want to put it. So that's quite interesting to see that plane up over, I mean, just, it's still there, up over Alaska, you know? I mean, we got an Airbus here as well. Alright. Armadillo. Is that, no, that's fucking, is that Spanish? No, it's not, is it? Is it? No, it's French. Yeah, about to say. Got a French plane right there taking off from Alaska. Alright, I mean, the combat sent over Alaska. That's not something you see every day, is it? I mean, it's really, that's something. I mean, we can't know what's going on, of course, but, you know. Italian Air Force. Yeah, tanker or refueler. Something along those lines. Reconnaissance aircraft is what we want to call them. It's just a pretty special reconnaissance aircraft. Now, I want to check this area up here because there's been a lot. Look at that, again, look at that. It's weird because there's apparently something going on up here here at the Vancouver Islands. I mean, the past week here we've seen P-8s heading in this area. I mean, this area around here, we've just been seeing P-8s and P-8s, and look at that E-3 right there, heading over from Vancouver Islands right there, or probably heading from Alaska. We definitely have an E-3 there, Century. Yeah, but look at that. I mean, it's not, you know. Two P-8s. I mean, they've been in the same area. We also seen some. Look at that. That's probably a drone or something, or P-3 or something. Look at that. It's been doing circles here as well. Something, I don't know if they're spotting something, submarine, something. And we got to keep in mind that P-8s are sub hunters, so we know that's what they're probably looking for. But it's the same area, so I don't know if they're spotted something or if they're keeping an eye on something. You know, certainly trying to maybe keep an eye on something. Appears so. When you don't put the same planes up unless they're doing some kind of exercise, of course, I mean, that's possible. We're not going to rule out that they're doing some kind of exercise. They are. Obviously, they do exercises. But, I mean, a week straight, you do the same things up over the same place. Just doesn't seem like a very great exercise, does it? I mean, I'm just saying, it doesn't seem like a great exercise to be doing the same things for a week, you know? And they're reconnaissance aircraft. I don't know what... I don't know if they're going to be doing that. I mean, I'm not an expert on their training, and it could be some kind of new form of training or whatever. But yeah, I mean, let's point it out. That's fucking weird. Truthfully, one sentence here. Putin is on the brink of making his biggest and last mistake. It's true sentence, isn't it? Some kind of all the missing Russian generals are home except, what was that? See something there? Oh, it's probably just a camera shifting off there. My bad. I mean, we have a Russian general as well. Home except Shurinsky, Russian general. Alright. We have Russian generals home. We have Russian generals are home. Not on the battlefield. Were they even on the battlefield? I don't think they were. I mean, let's keep an eye on Belarus here, shall we? Because holy shit, you know? Report of military activity on the territory of Belarus on July 20th by the Belarusian. Yeah, but we know that. I mean, military activity. I mean, we don't know what the fuck they're doing it, but apparently they're doing some kind of drills, and I don't know if those drills involve going towards, you know, going towards the border or doing some kind of border training. I mean, what you want to watch out for is when they start doing those border trainings, you know? Okay, so there's a statement here from the German defense minister. Alright. Reported that in case of possibility of attack by Wagner fighters, Germany is ready to support Poland in order to protect the eastern border of NATO alliance. I mean, that's true, but we would all be supporting Poland if that was to happen. If Wagner was to attack Poland, we would all be supporting Poland. Why? Because Poland is in NATO. So, you know. But you know, attacking Poland would definitely be his last mistake. I mean, have you seen the videos of the columns? Pale. I mean, that's videos that we saw when this war started, right? I mean, those 40 kilometers line of convoys. You know, it's the exact same thing we see here. We saw the exact same thing here in Belarus. Going into Belarus, we saw the exact same things happen. You know, these long ass columns, and these things that we didn't think we were going to see again. We're seeing them again. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same as before the war started. So something's fishy. Something's up. You know, don't send that many people to train. And by the way, if you're going to send and train an army, I just want to point out that you don't send the whole of a mercenary army, about 25,000 soldiers and more, maybe. You know, maybe much more. Don't send that many soldiers to train an army. You send maybe 100 max. You know? You don't send the whole army to train that army. I want to point that out. And we got the Nesk air raids here. Or air alarms, or whatever that is. Alerts on Zaporizhia. These two just turned on here. Yeah, as if we forgot. Stuff's going on. Something. I mean, it's too quiet as well. Alright? I mean, it bugs me the fuck out that something's definitely going on and it's too fucking quiet these last days. I mean, in many ways, right? That's a jet. That's a jet. No, it's not. Oh, Airbus KC-2 Voyager. We got two jets almost next to each other, next to this. We got a Voyager. Some kind of VIP shit. One second. Sorry. The ARF, the Royal Air Force, sole air-to-air refueling AR tanker, and also operates as a strategic air defense. Oh, it's a tanker. All right, it's a British tanker. Fair enough. That doesn't seem like anything I'll be needing to keep my eye on. Probably some kind of training or something. We got a lot of jets up over not America, UK, but it seems to be. Well, I wouldn't say. Well, yeah, pretty normal. I would actually happen to say that it seems pretty normal. More Airbus flying over Russia. I mean, the same Airbus has been flying back and forward over Airbus as well. Oh, we got air raids turning on here in Ukraine. Appears in Kharkiv. We can hear it in Kharkiv and Kramatorsk. So it appears to be here in Donetsk, maybe, or Zaporizhia, somewhere along that. You probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. maybe you have to hear it later on, but there's air raids, you know, if you want to take my word for it, you know. Something's going on here in Ukraine, some kind of bombing or something. I mean, it's not unlikely. Of course, I want to bring you the news here, and we've got this from Witchy, who brought me this news earlier here today. Thank you so much, Witchy. I didn't get the chance to say thanks for that. And we had this video here, reportedly, not these videos popping up there, of what appears to be... Sorry, I can't full screen it over here. That would be stupid, because then you can't see it. What appears to be American cluster ammunition being fired by the Ukrainians. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, well, how can they do that? How can they do that? Because the Russians did it. So I'm fucking happy they're doing it. And this guy's talking about cluster ammunition. The cluster ammunition has one very big advantage. I mean, listen, you don't get more verified than this, you know? I mean, this would be a very hard thing to pull off, to fake, you know?
Вигідну рису, вони можуть
надавати дуже велику площу,
де скупчується дуже багато живої сили там, чи легкої броньованої техніки, і за допомогою них можна...
These generals will be hindered from advancing. I mean, the thing about the cluster ammunitions as well, you know, I mean, they're very deadly. They you know, they go up, they spread, and then they spread out a very big area. What many oppose to them is that they're so potent in the sense that they spread out a lot. What people fear about them is the civilian casualties that will come along with it. But what you have to remember is that Ukraine will probably be using them on the front lines. What you have to remember is that there's probably not, you know, any people or civilians on the front lines, you know, next to the Russians. I mean, listen, civilian casualties happen. I think Ukraine's going to be very smart about this, because it's their people. They're not going to be killing their people. They're going to be very smart about this, which is why I don't think we're going to see mass use of cluster, you know. Yeah, it's cluster ammunitions that we've seen the first use of these in Ukraine.
Щоб запобігти наступу противника або допомогти нашим військам зайняти
positions, you know. Yeah, this guy's talking about how they're using it, or at least preparing to use it. I mean, we've seen some videos as well, apparently. Slowing down Ukraine's advances. Yeah. I mean, the thing about what you gotta remember is that Ukraine, despite being a experienced army, they're very unexperienced, which is a funny thing, right? They're so experienced that they're also very unexperienced, because modern weapons is not something that they're used to, so they're still getting used to modern weapons. So, you know, mistakes happens. I mean, we saw the first things that happened where they may have missed the bridge, or the Crimean bridge, you know. And what I'm thinking about is here, cluster bombs is a new technology for these guys. It's not a hard, you know, line to learn, but it certainly is something that they have to learn, you know, to use effectively. Well, if you got them, which you do, send them over to me. I mean, if you want to. Probably show them off here. These are definitely, is that? Yeah, that appears to be cluster. And this is my talks about this being Ukraine being a bit of an unexperienced army. You know, I don't think personally that I would be storing them so close to where you live. I mean, it's one rocket misfires there, and you have a big explosion. I mean, it's you know, I mean, you know, it's a lot of bombs to have up next to each other, and apparently they built the whole thing out of what appears to be some kind of protection or bombs or some kind of thing there.
don't really fucking know what that is, but you know that's definitely cluster ammunition, and they can bring along and done some damage there. Yeah. So at the same time, they're a very experienced army in the way that they're also very unexperienced with heavy weapons. You know, but yeah, I wouldn't say they're unexperienced. I would just say that they're unexperienced in the use of modern weapons that they haven't used before, which is very understandable. You know, you can't if you've never used a fork in your life, getting used to use a fork it's going to be a bit difficult, you know. But it will be but you will eventually learn it. So yeah, that's what we're looking into now. We got it. 12 minutes ago, one Tu-22 and one Tu-25 Tu-20 heading towards holy shit. Chevy, look, I can't pronounce that. Tu-95 routine work. Apparently we have some kind of Russian bombers up over Ukraine at the moment, or apparently that's what we were hearing about, maybe here. So yeah. Still going on, still happening. I was just seeing a video here. Apparently, look at that. A Russian man enjoying a vacation in Montenegro attacked a waiter he thought was slow with his taking his order. Look at that. He's fucking beating him up with a fucking chair. He has no shirt on. Why is he wearing fucking... Oh, does he? Oh, he does have a shirt on. Look at the whole fucking people attacking him. Look at fucking running with a chair. He's attacking a Russian with a fucking chair. Oh my god. I mean, it's horrible, but at the same time, it's funny as hell. Look at him. He's attacking him with a fucking chair. Shit. What the fuck? Russia thinks they own the fucking law. I mean, all fucking Russians, when they go to another fun country, I don't think we need to bow to them because they're that fucking powerful. It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. I mean, holy shit. People talking Ukrainian there or Russian or whatever. Oh well. Appear to be that big of a deal there. Holy shit, wait a second. Fucking Christ. What? Alright, thanks. Richie. Would you guys say that going to Saint Lucia, that's how I pronounce it, would be a great vacation place? Huh? I mean, why do they blast music every time you show off these videos? Like, it's very loud. Is that... Let me take a look at that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, the thing about those, that they do spread out a lot. Look at that. Yeah, could be. Jesus Christ, you have to blast heavy music in here. Jesus Christ. Look at it. Oh, yeah, that's definitely cluster right there. Oh, look at that. I mean, there's nothing else that does that. Come on. Shoot him again. Shoot him again. Come on, give him some hell. I mean, they also have to be careful about doing this. If they have like Ukrainian advances and then they fly off a cluster mission, they're bound to hit somebody, you know. I know it's fucking loud as shit when they do it. I hate it. Is that Russian precisions right there? I think it might be Russian right there, or some kind of fire. Or what? Are Russians? Oh, that's Russians. I mean, they're very, very potent, is what I want to point out to you. Thank you very much, Witchy. I mean, yeah. I don't know why they can't just show off a video without having to blast fucking music into your ears. Like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about the whole copyright. I'm not monetized, so they won't really keep an eye on that yet, at least. But again, you know, I'm not making money sitting here, guys. I'm not monetized. I don't make money sitting here. What do you think this is? Money time? No. We have some kind of Super King Beach 200 Super King Air. Is that a reconnaissance aircraft? That's a Skyhawk. Or Squawk, or whatever the fuck they call it. Used as a Danish environmental surveillance aircraft within Danish national waters and territories. Oh, what's up, boys? Used as a Danish environmental surveillance aircraft within Danish national waters and territories. Yeah. But America has them as well. Yeah. Carpet bombs remind me of carpet bomb. Oh, I was about to say, yeah, of course carpet bombs remind you of carpet bombs. The carpet bombs reminds me of copper bombs. Crazy? I was crazy one. Locked me in a room. A rubber room. They gave me glass. Glass makes you crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. I don't know how does that go? Your stream's getting taken down? Well, just gotta watch out for what you say. I mean, as soon as I get monetized, I'm gonna be very strict on the whole. I'm gonna have to be very strict on the whole swearing thing for myself as well. I'm not gonna be swearing as soon as I hit the monetization section. So yeah, that's what I want to, point out. I don't want. As soon as I hit the monetizations, anybody who swears in chat, I won't, we won't ban you or time you out. Just delete it and then, say like, oh, we don't swear. Because that's how I keep myself monetized. And it's a hard line, but it's something I have to do, It's understandable, And also, I just want to point out to you guys, if there is somebody who comes in a chat, says something, don't, go into a dialogue with them or trying to, fight with them or argue with them. Because the factor is, the whole thing about arguing with people and going into, like arguments and with reviewers and stuff like that, is the many reasons why you will get demonetized as well. But yeah, listen... if there's somebody who's a troll, just time them out, because we don't have to argue with people, spend time, arguing with people. It's really, something I wanna put out there. Get a stream taken down. Oh yeah, but I know that. With the whole playing music and all that, we can't do it as soon as, Since we hit the monetization level, we can't play anything else, but yeah, so. I think people are bound to be a little bit more grateful to what YouTube does sometimes, because they also pay you, you know, sitting at home streaming. You know, it's a very lovely job, and I do think, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say that they have few rules. I would just say that the rules that they do have, if you were able to keep within the guidelines of that, you know, it does get somewhat good, or is somewhat allowed. You know what I'm saying. I'm gonna point this out here again. Polish border guard plane here, going out, and we've been doing some circles here. Look at that, and they're just outside Kaliningrad as well. But there's also been some concerns about the fact that we've seen, possibly before, you know, a lot of planes moving into Kaliningrad as well, with possibly troops moving in. We know that there are still troop stations in Kaliningrad. It's a very heavily militarized area, which is, you know, so something we'll definitely have to keep an eye on as well. The Super King Air heading towards the Russian border or something. Strifer? Who's Strifer? Is it a thing or someone? Bow. 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 Bow.
Если дохну.
And are not confronting people? Well, you know, we don't have to confront anybody. Just, you know, say no to them. Appears to be some kind of drunk guy in the background here. Some kind of drunk Russian or Ukrainian singing in the background. The fuck? Since we discussed the delivers of ATACMS missiles reports. Oh, Biden and Zelensky discusses deliveries of ATACMS. What the fuck is that? I can't pronounce any of this. Reports U.S. National Advisor Jake Sullivan during the Aspen Security Forum. Well, yeah. Listen, I mean, the whole, like, keeping an eye on track on what Ukraine get and all that, you know, what kind of weapons they get. Unless they're getting nuclear weapons, I'm all for it, you know. When I think about me saying, you know, why couldn't they get nuclear weapons when Russia has nuclear weapons, you know, like a nuclear deterrent? It's, to me, it's, I just don't really trust the whole having nuclear weapons in Ukraine if things were to go south, you know. I just don't. It's not that I don't trust Zelensky. Somebody, meanwhile, could be going, you know, out the line there. I think it's a hard line putting nuclear missiles in Ukraine, especially you thinking the safety of it alone, you know. So I just want to point that out. I mean, that's the only hard line I have. I mean, there's others as well. I think I would have a hard line getting you know, in Ukraine. I don't want to see any, you know, F-22s or F-35s in Ukraine. And the reason why we don't want to see that is because of the technology alone. We don't want that to falling into Russian hands. We're willing to have F-16s technology fall into Russian hands because the F-16s are still, you know, somewhat less capable than a Russian Su-57. There's, of course, way more F-16s than there are anything else of it, but I just want to point that out as well, you know. But there's weapons. I mean, as long as they don't use chemical weapons and all that stuff. I mean, what I'm saying is they can use any weapon they want, right? But I just don't want to see them use, you know, fucking unconventional and unsafe weapons that will lead to escalate things further than necessary, is what my point here is. some people are just stupid. Yeah. I mean, conventional weapons of destruction that can be used not to strike civilian targets, which I don't, obviously Ukraine's not going to be striking civilian targets, but yeah. Pointer is there, that's what we want to point out. Is that a B1? Oh, is that a B1? Was that a B fucking 1? Footage has been released recently testing the oh wait, what? The Shuach Hugh 77 S17 by B-heavy attack drone, also known as Hunter B, alongside MiG-29 fighting aircraft. The S-70 Conductor is the first flight with the Russian Air Force in 2019, and is expected to enter combat service and it's within next year in 2000. This is apparently the new Russian stealth. Well, I don't know if it's a stealth bomber or what it is. This appears to be pretty much a knockoff of the stealth bomber, right? I mean, the American stealth bomber, but this is a Russian one. Look at that. I mean, the reason why we know it exists is because that's the one right there. And that's not an American plane right there. So, I mean, that's the one flying right there. It's expected to enter service into 2024. There's probably one of the Russians going to call them, those wonder weapons. And I did hear about them. They look like... The reason why I said was that a B1 is because they look exactly alike. I mean, they pretty much stole the copy. I expect them to be very much less. I also want to point out that they look a lot alike. They look a lot like U.S. planes. I mean, is this true or not? I can't really point out that factor. I mean, I don't think. I mean, there's no American plane that looks like that. The B2 looks completely different. So it's definitely not an American one. As the first thing I said was that a B1, but yeah. Maybe B1 looks like that, does it? Am I thinking about a different plane here? Because I don't think I'm thinking about the B1, am I? No, am I thinking about the B2 new... Sorry, I didn't mean the B1. B21? Is it the B21? Oh, is that the one I'm thinking about? Yes. B-21 Raider. Look at that. They do look exactly alike, but that's apparently the new one. I mean, it's amazing that America is able to build these things. I mean, this was the unveiling, right? I mean, it's amazing that America has the capabilities, and we nowadays have the capabilities to build such things. I mean, look at that. That's insane. I mean, it's a fucking flying disc. People keep saying, is that alien ships? No, it's a fucking America. What's that? Is that an alien ship? No, it's America. I think it's is that the B? Oh, is that the B1 and B2 next to each other, or is that? Yeah, the B-21, right? Is the new one. Yeah, the B-21. Yeah, the B-21 is Raiders, the new stealth bomber. Holy shit! I mean, that's the one they. I mean, look at that. Look how futuristic it looks as well. It's amazing. It's such an amazing plane. I mean, such an amazing design as well. I wish to God I get to see one of those one day. Such an amazing plane and design as well. Just the B2 and the B-21. Look how smooth it is compared to that one as well. The B2, of course, is very great, but what's that? Oh, really? I mean, of course, the B2 is not going to be going out of service 60,000 pounds of payload rather than 30,000 pounds. I think the B-21 might be faster or better, more stealth. But the B-2 is never going to go out of service. I don't think so, at least. But yeah. Well, maybe in the future if they get up with some kind of better version of the B-2. It is quite, I mean, a feat of design. If you know, if that doesn't make you proud of being American, I don't know what does. The B-21 is a proud example of America still being able to build some kind of fucking wonder weapons once in a while, you know? But when the B-2 came out, holy shit, I mean, people were going bananas. You know, they thought the whole thing was, they thought the thing was fucking, alien. It is cool looking, and it's very great as well. I mean, it's able to carry less payload, but it is apparently more stealth, which means, you know, greater chances of actually destroying. I mean, the B-2 obviously able to carry more. It's heavier, I believe, as well. It's bigger, but and slower. But I think the B-21 Raiders. Oh, what was that? Listen. Fuck was that? I knew what this camera was it? Was this Kim? This guy got sirens on as well? Got him. What the fuck was that? Big loud booms there. Do you guys hear that? Holy shit. I mean, what the fuck was that? Where was it? First of all. Holy shit. It's quite insane, actually. You hear it. It was fucking massive. It was a boom, boom. 2 explosions happened there or something. May have been from the front line. Oh, sorry. Boom, boom. That was fucking amazing. And I'm proud to be an American. I mean, you guys don't need any songs. I just sing it for you. And I'm proud to be an American. America. Oh, yeah. Gonna get today and do some mad shit. Baby, gonna. Well, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright. Good God. Life is crazy. It appears so. Very great, sir. Yeah. You know, by the way, the whole hypersonic missile from Russia and the whole, you know, idea behind the fact that they have hypersonic missiles, I still don't fucking believe it. I don't personally, I really don't believe that they have hypersonic missiles. They may have some, but I don't believe that they have the capabilities for it. Because, I mean, we haven't seen them in mass producing yet, or neither in combat. I mean, they like to claim that they have them. You just don't see the where it says that they actually actively have them, you know? I mean, they probably do, right? And I'm probably wrong about it, but I'm still like concerned about that factor because I still haven't seen like true evidence towards the fact that they actually have like working and capable hypersonic missiles that actually go hypersonic, you know? It might go fast, but I don't know about hypersonic. But didn't the U.S. just test one of their own hypersonics, by the way? I mean, I just want to point that out. I think the U.S. just tested one of their own hypersonics, which was pretty insane. I do want to know what kind of reality would it be if Russia never sold Alaska? Could you imagine that? I mean, what kind of reality would it be if Russia never sold Alaska? That would be something. You know, they would that would be an interesting reality, you know, especially when they sold them and they were like, oh, there's nothing here, and then later, you know, they discovered that there was oil there as well. China too has. I mean, the factor is, I believe that China has. I mean, the reason why I believe that is because there's been, you know, significant evidence enough towards pointing out that China does have hypersonic missiles. Being one of the pioneers in the projects, I believe so. But simply, I you know, I believe that America has one. I just don't know about Russia. I really, like, I'm kind of, I do believe that they have the program up and then they may be able to produce them. But really, I don't know if they've actually been able to effectively deploy them or even produce them in enough numbers that would be significant, is what I'm trying to say, you know? Can you guys hear me? Am I too far away? I think I'm, oh, shit, sorry. Maybe speaking a bit louder here. But it's true, in many ways. I mean, there's only really 3 powers on this planet that has hypersonic missiles. And that's because they want to. That's not, I don't know. Don't even know what the fuck I said. I didn't say anything. You guys ever sing in like a different country like accent? But you know what you're saying doesn't mean anything, but you think it's funny because it kind of sounds like something. I think that's pretty funny. Anyways, we're glossing on from how unfunny that was. How are you guys today? How are you guys? You guys doing good? Stoy. The mission of the Ministry of Defense of Poland was taken after the arrival of Wagner Group. Yeah, I'll keep talking about this Wagner Group here as well. You know, I mean, they keep talking about it. Putin tells Poland any aggression against Belarus is an attack on Russia. And I mentioned it before. I mentioned it at the start of the stream. If this is what we're seeing now, Putin putting out this statement saying, how you doing, DV? That an attack on Belarus would be an attack on Russia. What does that mean? It means that whenever Belarus or the Wagner does some kind of false flag attack on Belarus, they're now within full legal right, you know, quotation signs. I mean, I'm being sarcastic here. Within full legal right to invade another country or re-invade Ukraine. I don't know what they're going to be invading. I doubt it's going to be Poland, and I have the knowledge behind it that I think it's going to be a new line in Ukraine trying to stretch out the Ukrainian lines. As well, it's not going to work. I mean, the area around that, you know, the Ukrainian front line to Belarus has been heavily, you know, invested in. I'm pretty fucking good. I mean, I've been doing golfing today. I mean, it went pretty good actually. I think I could personally be a pretty fucking good bowler. Not bowler, sorry, what the fuck? Golfer. Yeah, I was out doing that today with my dad. It was pretty fun. And oh yeah, it was fun. We were out because we were playing in this like area that isn't, you know, the area we were playing in it's not like a professional one. It's just kind of like playing fun, you know. It's not a professional one. One guy just came behind us. He didn't know how to play golf. Like, he wasn't good at playing golf. He just came up to us and he said, you know, I have to tell you guys that you have to be faster, right? And it's like, he didn't even fucking play golf. the way he played golf was he just went up the lane, and just kicked the ball. He didn't kick the ball. He used his golf club, but it wasn't playing golf. He just tapped it and then tapped it up the fucking field. It wasn't even fucking golf. He was just running through it as if it was nothing. I mean, it was weird. I mean, it was weird. Oh, you got something against golf there, would you? Come on, it's a good game. Come on. Nah, I mean, I do get some people might have reservations against people playing golf because they think it's a fancy thing. But I want to point out to you that where we were playing is not a fancy one. It's going to be blue and white. Well, because I didn't rule out Lithuania, DV. I said it's not going to be Poland, but I didn't rule out Lithuania. Did I? No. You're not sporty? All right, fair enough. Well, but DV, I get your question. I get your question. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not ruling out I'm ruling out Poland because I simply don't believe today they're going to be stupid enough to invade Poland. I mean, a country that powerful. I mean, you guys got to be honest here with me that Poland is a fucking massive force at this point. Balls have to go in the hole. Yeah, that came up wrong. But point is here that I didn't rule out Lithuania, right? And Lithuania is a serious problem here because we were talking about the Sawinski Gap. I mean, a lot of people have talked about it. Why is it a problem? Because it's a weak point in NATO. It's one of the biggest weak points. It could choke off, the Baltics from NATO help and only get NATO help with water, from the water, which would take a while and wouldn't really be that efficient. And, I mean, just to point out here that, yes, there are actually quick action forces of NATO-trained soldiers in the Baltics, and they are a lot in numbers. And I do personally believe that the forces there, not only the Lithuanian and the Latvian and the Estonian army will definitely be able to keep their ground, but, of course, they are, what we have said before, the ones we expect to lose. I mean, NATO has always said we expect to lose, the Baltic countries against the war with Russia. That's what we have known. That's what we have said. So, I mean, that's what I want to point out, So, I'm not ruling out Lithuania, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Poland. That's why we're seeing activity in Kaliningrad, But, I'm not ruling out Lithuania, but I'm still somewhat sure it's going to be Ukraine, but I can't know. I mean, I don't know the plans of Wagner. I think the only person who knows the plan of Wagner might be Putin or Prigozhin, So, I had to point that one out. The balls do indeed go in the hole, and I was pretty good at making them go in the hole. Oh, shit. You're welcome. I mean, I hope it makes sense. I mean, it's only taking it out from a logical point of view here that it is still a possibility that that's what's going to happen. I'm not saying that I'm completely sure about it. Again, I don't know, but you have to look at factors here and then put one and one together. So interesting situation, definitely. By the way, I also found out this live stream right here, right, actually has. Well, I don't think it's going to turn nuclear pale. Of course, there's always a chance of it. I mean, I'm not going to rule that out, but I simply don't know. I mean, the factor is we don't know how many of Russian nukes are actually working, and we don't know the numbers of the ones that are actually active. Because they have them in their Cold War nukes, and they have them in storage. And the thing about having them in storage is that they're deactivated, and they have to be activated, which takes time. The ones that they actually have activated, you got to remember that Russia, yes, they have a lot of nukes, but they actually have less activated nukes than what the United States have. The United States have more active nukes that they could fire as we speak than what Russia could be able to fire. And the United States will only have to fire at one point while Russia would have to be focusing their attacks on multiple, points all around the world. So that's my point of view here. So that's how you have to look at it. Yes, I mean, if a nuclear war was to happen, I'm not saying it's going to happen, right? But it would definitely be destructive, but it would result in the complete destruction of Russia. Or at least the figureheads, right? But of course, there's, as said before, no winners in a nuclear war. There is absolutely no winners in a nuclear war. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna get myself a charger here to my phone, and I'm gonna get myself some more to drink, and I'll be right back. But pale. I know it's a fear, but try not to be too worried about it. Live your life, of course. Stream? I'm back, baby. Want to talk? Imagine coming home to your girlfriend after a big fight, and you walk into the door and you go, "I'm back, baby. Want to talk?" I mean, oh yeah, you're definitely a big baller right there, guys. Boy. Any of you played God of War? I don't expect you to have, but I do. I'm aware of the age range that you guys have, but yeah. But it's an all around epic game for everybody to enjoy. Fuck. What do I do for a living? Well, I can say so much that I do a lot. That's how much I can say. Yeah. You love God of War? Is that what you're saying, pal? Or are you saying it's something else? Well, I want to be... My biggest dream, of course, is to become a flight engineer. Or flight... mechanic? For the army? The Danish army. I mean, I know it's a kind of downrange dream, right? But it's a dream of mine. God of War? Yeah, it's a great game. I really need to play the new one as well. Deutsch. Specifically, I mean, if you're asking, well, I'm not. Really a great time here today as well. Belarusian team won a match there. It appears to be quiet on the Western Front, and I think, as I said before, it's too fucking quiet, and I don't fucking like it. Sorry for the swearing, but I don't. I'm not a quiet man. I don't like. Yeah. Okay, you know, I was watching some other streams, and they were constantly mentioning just how many people were in their stream, and how I think it's just one guy was like, oh, there's so little people in here. That's so annoying. Get people in here, guys. Come on, get people in here. So I want to stream for you guys. It's like, why are you caring about the stream numbers? You know, tell about a stream that has something. What was that? You're talking about that stream that has something. What was that about? Oh shit, this one. Oh yeah. It's got active air raid, so it actually shows up down here where it says like Zaporizhia all clear, Zaporizhia air alert. It shows up out here in red when there's a noise somewhere. You know, so we can actually locate a noise. It goes here up here. It goes red when we actually have a noise. Now I get what you were saying, TV. I'm sorry. Send Kratos out to Putin. He'll be dead by an hour. Or wait, a minute. It's actually pretty fun.
Украина.
What did he say? You gotta run in 30 to pick up grocery orders. Fair enough, Witcher. You gotta do you. One of my cans like these? 9 PAs all over, and down to US coastal. Yeah, but I'm saying the same thing, you know, Spidey. I mean, I've been seeing P8s and P3s and all these reconnaissance aircraft, and we had a combat sent over Alaska, and we had these P8s flying in the same position over Vancouver Islands. You know, something, either they're training or something's going on there. I mean, I'm just saying. We had a Cobra ball and a Cobra sent over Japan. We had P8s in Europe, you know, not only towards where the Baltics is, but we had towards the Black Sea as well. We had fucking E3s all over the place. You know, it's good. Crazy. They probably do, Pale. I mean, actually, what I wanted to kind of find, guys, is maybe I want to find a Sawinski Gap live. What would you say about that? Because I feel like if anything was to happen, it was going to be there. So, looking for North Korean subs? Possibly. Or Chinese or Russian. You know, possibly more Chinese or Russians. Would you guys like me to find maybe some kind of, you know, Sawinski Gap? And I know do you guys know what Sawinski Gap is? Do you guys know where it is? I could show you. But I feel like if anything was to happen, I mean, that's also on the Polish border and the Lithuanian border, the Kaliningrad border, the Polish. We get all in once, you know. So well, maybe we could find that. Yeah, too much activity for nothing to happen. It's true. It's very true, guys. I mean, come on. Swinsky, how do you spell that? Do you spell it? Oh, Swinsky Gap. You don't want the Swinsky Gap? Well, pal, I feel like, why would you want a Polish border one when you can get the Swinsky one? Or the Swaski, or whatever. Talking about, oh yeah, this one, oh yeah. Oh, you don't, oh, you're talking about pale, you talking about you don't know where it is. I thought you said, like, you didn't want him. I was like, you just said, no. I don't want that life. No. Look at that. This is the Swansky Gap, or Swinsky, or whatever, how you want to say it, you know? Suwalki. Oh, you don't know where it is. Fair enough. Yeah, sorry. I misread it. But, so, Kaliningrad, Poland, Lithuania, and Belarus. Oh, okay, fair enough. My bad, pal. My bad. But look at this, guys. Yeah, we got Lithuania, Kaliningrad, Poland, and Belarus. Now, if Wagner was to attack, we have this little cutoff here in Lithuania as well, which is one thing that we've also been looking at. I mean, it doesn't take long to go from here to there, dig in here and take this whole area. That's definitely something that we'll be able to do. But the Swinsky Gap here, I mean, you don't have to go very long to take this. I mean, you're talking about two highways, really blocking these two highways, and you would have taken the gap. And that's what they're talking a lot about, you know. The one highway here that goes through Kaliningrad as well. I mean, you could be talking about taking through that and then going down there and taking these roads here. Or, you know, possibly like that. But, you know, Poland, Kaliningrad, Lithuania, and Belarus. This is probably the most tense area in the world, I would say. I mean, Ukraine's probably a bit more tense, but... Suwalki live camera. Do we have one here? I tried five if you see one. Trying to get that up. Maybe that would be a good idea, actually. Think about it, guys. Just think about it. Can't be so stupid to attack a NATO country. Well, I mean, here's the point here. I mean, Wagner's not directly tied to Russia. If Wagner attacks, it's technically not Russia. I mean, that's all I'm going to say, you know. I don't know if he's that stupid. I don't know if he is. I don't hope he is, but I think he is. You know? Did I hit it? Truly. Um...
Sorry, trying to see if I can find it back here. Russia, Poland, Russia, Lithuania, Russia, Finland, Belarus, Lithuania, Belarus, Poland. We have one here. Was that? Wait, no. I mean, that's not even live, is it? No. Just a picture. Ruski Gumba. Somebody sent me a message. Somebody sent me a message. Somebody said it sent me a message, but apparently I didn't. Or didn't. Or whatever. Oh. Yeah. Alright. Sorry. Something here, but I can't know where it is. I don't think it's the border. I kind of want to search up maybe Poland and Lithuania border. Has to be one working one. I mean, there has to be one of them working. What the fuck would you? Can't show that. I can't show that on stream. I'm sorry. I just can't. What the fuck? Poland will summon a Russian ambassador after Putin's scandalous statement about the lands donated by Stalin. Oh shit! Russia's about to get a handful of smacking. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! And Poland says, "Come, you go there." Excuse me, sir. I'd like to buy two. Can't say it. I can't show it. I mean, just correlate with those news, right? Of that white powder being found in the White House. See there, siren notice, air raid, all clear. Donetsk region. That's pretty fucking handy right there. I'm gonna keep this one up. Very handy. Look at that. It's very fucking handy. I think these are gonna be the new 2 cams.
Yes. Yeah. I'm Polish and smuggling. Uh. Jesus Christ. Ava, please don't talk about that in my stream. Please, yeah. Yeah. So please don't talk about weed or anything that you do in my chat. That's not something I want to get in there. Sorry. Yeah, I don't really indulge in that. Yeah, it's kind of a policy of my own, which I don't really condone it. So it's yeah, just not having to talk about that. It's quite a serious situation that we're gonna be talking about. I feel like that's something I don't want to be talking about, but we'll move on from that. Just please don't put stuff that you do in your free time. I don't want to punish you on stuff you do in your free time, but keep it at a minimum and keep it to yourself. You're allowed to do it, of course. Can't stop you from doing it, but please keep it to yourself if you're going to be talking about it. Don't put it in a chat here. So that's just how it is. Anyways, holy shit, I'm getting kind of bored sitting here, am I? All right. I'll be back a bit later. I'm gonna take myself a little bit of a break here. 1 second here. I'll come back. I'll give you guys some music to listen to. Here you go. Very serious stuff. I'll be back in a little bit. So, yeah. See you guys in a little bit. Oh, I'm not going to be sleeping, Pale. I'm just going to be taking a break. And then I'll be back a little bit later. So, won't be going away.
Good afternoon, I'm back. Now, took myself a little bit of a break there. I was just in a chat, and then I asked somebody, and then I saw somebody say that they would just watch Oppenheimer, and Oppenheimer is just, the guy who ended or created the atomic bomb, the one we were talking so much about. And and he said I just saw the movie, and I said in the title, or I said to him, "Don't spoil it." And then he said back to me, "Spoil what? It's history." And I was like, "Oh yeah, how the fuck can you spoil history? It's already happened." Russian bring in workers from 6 Russian nuclear plants to Dude, I mean, seriously, I literally just told you. I mean, listen up when I say don't talk about that in my chat. So I literally don't know how many fucking times I have to ask you to tell you. Next time you're going to be banned. I mean, 810's, missile systems are fucking amazing. And if Ukraine is able to get their hands on that, god damn, game changer? I don't know, but it's certainly going to be a pain in the ass for Russia. That's all right, Witchy. It's all right. I think most Russians already have a big pain in their ass, but, it's about to get a lot worse. That pain just went from being bad to being, holy shit. Oh, look at that. There's a P8 up over in Turkey. Just outside Cyprus. Look at that. Wow. Never is a good thing. So quiet. Look at that. P8 Sub Hunter just outside Cyprus. Of course, this is the Turkish claimed area of Cyprus, and the Greece. I mean, is it Greece or is it really just Cyprus? I mean, some of it, I believe, I believe for the longest time that Cyprus was just their own nation, which they are in many ways, but it's on this side. This side, apparently, where the Turkish control is one of the more on one of the more unstable areas. I don't know why I had to tell you that, but there you go. P8 there, right there. P8 right there. That's something. It's just outside of Israel, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe not, keeping an eye on something. It's a black plane right there. Some weird planes up over. Master. Tanker. And Super King Air. Well, unfortunately, I'm actually going to have to cut stream. I have something I have to do tomorrow, which is quite early, so I have to, and I will happen to use the PC for that. So I have to end the stream here.
Of course, if you guys are still wanting to watch any of these, the links for these channels are in the description. So if you do want to go check that out, do that. I'm gonna have to leave now because I am simply tired and I need to rest before I have to go do something tomorrow, which I really don't want to do, but at the same time I have to. So I'm probably gonna be live earlier tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm gonna try a little bit newer kind of stream schedule where I go live earlier, so don't get burned out quickly. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and go live earlier, then end myself. No. I'm not gonna end myself. I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna leave the streams up for you guys like that. So I'm gonna try and do that from tomorrow on, and we're gonna try and see if that's better. Because I feel like this kind of stream schedule right now is kind of burning me out. But yeah, I'll be in touch with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we covered what I want. I did cover what I wanted to cover, so we're okay at the moment.